Good morning and welcome to the Sunday special of Dr. Lamba's Awakening Call. Sikhism has many traditions, many rituals exclusive to itself. Now, there are some rituals which are identical with other religions, but there are major differences. One of them is, and the most important one, is initiation ceremony. It is akin to baptism in Christianity, circumcision in Islam, and Janau in Hinduism. But there is a major difference. Baptism, circumcision, and Janau are done when the child is new, not very old, often days old even, while Azan is done to be the first sound in the ear of the child in Islam. But in Sikhism, this ritual is when the child grows up and he is able to perform his jobs. There have been instances when children as young as 7 or 10 have done it, but as a matter of fact, it's meant for the adolescents and adults. This is called Amrit Sanskar. The Sanskar is a tradition. In local parlance, they call it Amrit Chakna. Chakna is Punjabi for partaking. And this initial ceremony marks the decision of a young person or an old person to become fully committed to Khalsa aspect of Sikhism. There are two types of Sikhs, Sahidaris and Khalsa. Sahidaris are those who do not go in for the formal rituals. Coming back to Amrit Sanskar, once you have gone through the initiation ceremony, you have to commit yourself to the concept and traditions of the Khalsa. This means you wear 5 Ks, pay 10% as your contribution to charity, which is called Daswan, and also read 5 Banis per day. And once a Sikh has gone through the Amrit Sanskar, he is known as Amritdhari Sikh or a part of the Khalsa nation. And it's an important event in the Sikh's life as they have decided that they want to show commitment to Khalsa. Now, what are the key features of this ceremony? First is they wear the 5 Ks. Ks is Kesh, that is hair, Kada, the iron bracelet, Kirpan, the small dagger, Kacha, the underwear, and Kum, which they call Kanga, tucked in the hair to keep it clean. So this has to be done. Now this ceremony is conducted by 5 Amritdhari Sikhs. Now that is a throwback to the day when on the Baisakhi day, Khalsa Panth was created. Guru Gobind Singh first initiated 5 people into Sikhism, and they were called 5 beloved ones, Panch Pyara. Then those 5 administered the same Amrit to Guru Gobind Singh. So a popular saying was, Ape Guru Chela. So the Guru has become the disciple. That means all differences between them are obliterated. There is no difference, all are equal. Now that throwback to the 5 Panch Pyaras administering Amrit to Guru Gobind Singh is a major aspect, because in Sikhism, whenever the 5 Amritdhari Sikhs join, they are considered to be representative of the Gurus, while the holy book is deemed the living book, but the personification of that, or rather I'll say the auditory aspect, is through these Panch Pyaras. Now, when this is being administered, the Granthi reads from Guru Granth Sahib, then the person is asked whether he wants to be initiated and is reminded of the importance of commitment to Khalsa. Now, look here, there is no compulsion. As a matter of fact, they are very telling you these are the obligations, these are the responsibilities. Are you willing to do it? Now, when baptism takes place, or circumcision takes place, or Janau in Hinduism takes place, there is no consent of the child because the child is too young to give a consent. But here, the consent is always given. Until the consent is given, the ceremony cannot proceed. Then the person recites Mool Mantra, and the person is given the name Singh if he has not already been given the name, if he is a male, and Kaur if the person is female. Kaur means princess, is from Kanwar. Now, once a Sikh has been initiated into Khalsa, they are expected to follow the strict rules of Rahat Maryada, the traditions. This is like hadiths of Islam. Quran is Guru Granth, and Rahat Maryada, the traditions of living. And the rules that must be followed are, first, there must be prayers. Either you recite them or hear them at least twice a day. And the 5 banis are Japji Sahab, Jap Sahab, Swayes, Sodar Rehras, and Kirtan Sohila. As I said earlier, the 5 Ks must be warm. Here I like to mention one thing. They are very clear. It has to be cotton underwear. They must not cut their hair and must keep it clean and wear a turban. They must not eat halal meat. That's there. There is no ban on not eating meat, but it must not be halal. It must be jhatka. They can live together as husband and wife, married, but this live-in relationship is not permitted. Tobacco is banned. Alcohol is banned, but curiously, alcohol is imbibed by practically majority of them. And then there is no ban on ganja, cannabis, other things. They must not drink alcohol. But that is amazing. While alcohol is banned, the other intoxicants, as I said, ganja and opium are not banned. Then they must not arrange the marriage of their children for financial gains. Now, this is a social aspect. No marriage of the children of these Amritdharis should be for the financial benefits. And then the women must not wear a veil. This parda is banned. It's not considered proper for women to cover their face. And this is something that was implemented, as a matter of fact, by the third Guru, Guru Amar Das. So women emancipation, empowerment started. Now, why is this tradition important? The Amrit Sanskar ceremony is important event in any Sikh's life because it shows commitment. And this is, as I said, but one thing people forget often is that though Guru Gobind Singh gave it the present form, the practice has been in existence since the times of Guru Nanak, that he lived from 1489 and died in 1539. During that time period, this ceremony was known as Charan Amrit, and it was also called Charan Full or Pag Full. Pag is feet, Charan is feet, Amrit is nectar. So the word Charan and Pag both signify foot of the teacher. And the Guru would launch a container in which there was water, and initiates would drink this water to be taken into the fold. Later on it degenerated this, and Masans at the local Sangat leaders officiated. As a matter of fact, if you read in Guru Granth Sahib by Gurdas Vara, it's mentioned in those Varas that after the passing away of Guru Nanak, The water bowl touched by his foot was become a nectar and would be taken. Now, what Guru Gobind Singh said was, he changed it. He said, no, not the feet, but khanda. Khanda is the symbol of Sikhism. It is on all the flags of Sikhism. All the Nihangs wear it. And not only that, it has to be sweetened. Now, this is something different than any other baptism, that if you take it sugary water, they say it sweetens you. So, Guru Gobind Singh practically made people honest and sweet, but at the same time brave. And he used to say, "Sawa lakh se ek ladaun, tabe Gobind Singh naam kaun." That call me Gobind Singh, if one follower of mine can fight 125,000 people. Now, this aspect, bravery, was because the sword. Now, this is an interesting personal story I can tell you. In my family, when a child is born, the tradition was that the first food be given to him would be the shape of Kada Prasad, which is the Sikh sacramenta, and then it would not be given by hand. The sword's tip would carry a tiny particle of this Kada Prasad, and the tip would be inserted into the mouth of the child to make sure that the child is brave enough. And Guru Gobind Singh, instead of giving it with a sword, used khanda to stir that sweet sugar in water, and the khande ka the pahol, the Amrit with the help of khanda, embodies the primary object of Sikh faith. And promises, connects, it's also a promise to lead a pure and pious life. And it also shows the inward cleaning of the conscious, seeking unity with the Supreme Being. Now, the ceremony, as I told you, is very simple and called Amrit Sanskar. The formal ceremony, after having been completed, shows A. There would not be any discrimination between Amritdharis. They are to live as brothers and sisters. That's why they eat Kada Prasad from a common bowl. And there is no difference in them. They are brothers. Brothers not of blood, but of faith. And not only that they have to treat other human beings as equal, but they have to treat each other as themselves. But then there is another thing. After you have taken Amrit, you cannot have any relationship with the people who have been declared to be dhimmis, non-believers. And they say in Punjabi, roti beti. Roti is food, beti is daughter. You will not marry your daughters or accept the daughters of the people who are against you. And after the general acceptance of the instructions of the Akad Bharat, the iron bowl in which the sweetened water is prepared is stirred with the khanda, and that water is thrown in your face, in your eyes, in your hair. Prayers are said, then a verse is read out, random verse, and which is called the order of the day. The first 5 sips of Amrita poured into the hollow made in the palm of the right hand, and that is then sipped by the person receiving it. So this is quite a ceremony at that time, and it reminds of an ambrosial baptism. It's done away from the human traffic, no noise, peaceful, and the whole atmosphere is that of piety and sacrament. The Panch Pyaras are fully trained and they do it. Now, one thing is very clear, as I said, no person can be administered Amrit if he or she is of young age. They have to have attained the age of puberty. So this ceremony, though it resembles outwardly baptism, circumcision, or jinao, in fact is not that. It is a willful, deliberate acceptance of the faith and a commitment. A child cannot make a commitment, an infant cannot make a commitment. But this is a commitment made by a grown up person, fully cognizant of his capabilities and the challenges that are faced. And it basically instills a certain discipline. You have to do this, you don't have to do this. The do's and the don'ts are an integral part of the ceremony to be followed for the whole life. Meditation, prayers are also important part. But then there's no asceticism. You have got to live a normal human domestic life. Then human angle is there. There's no discrimination, no caste barrier, no gender exploitation. So all these even modern concepts were thought of way back when the whole ceremony was detailed, explained, and accepted. This makes this ceremony integral to the Khalsa faith, Amritdhari says. And as a matter of fact, there are certain shades of Masonic lodge in this. Brothers and sisters, as a Mason, I can go anywhere and get the same love and affection which I'll get in Mother Lodge. The same is about Sikhism. The very face, identity is very clear. It establishes your identity. So there are sociological aspects, there are human aspects, there are aspects of social equality, and most important, your connection with the cosmos. You are a part of the nature, but as a normal human being, not as a person who runs away from daily life. So this ceremony, in fact, integral to Sikhism, is awakening of the soul to the Sikh thought. And that is why this ceremony is deemed to be the most important aspect of any Sikh. Thank you.